Mars, do we disinterest you?
Yeah, Mars, do we disinterest you?
Do we disinterest you, Mars?
Sometimes I'm disinterested in the conversation. I know I'm not the only one. But
I seen a video of Mars when he first got on the show, like yesterday. I must say, Mars, you've been working on your English. You've been working on your American English.
Code switching, I think, is what they call it.
Yeah. He been working on his American English. He said, "Can you guys?" When he first came, he said, "Can you guys hear me? I'm English, eh?" Like
that was not the words, but close enough.
I missed the old Mars. I missed the heavy accent Mars.
I said, "Damn."
I had to adjust to the audience. I think I've done
now he up here talking about both. BOFF.
he had an English accent and like a Jamaican accent. The boy had a Caribbean accent with an English accent at the same time.
There's sometimes where I'm disinterested or I just don't want nothing to do with it because I might have a stroke up here. Like yesterday, listening to Penn tell me that Kawhi Leonard is better.
I thought that was kind of crazy. I thought that was kind of crazy.
I'm doing everything. The adult in me, real talk, is calm down, don't lose your shit. But the 15, the 20-year-old in me wants to jump through this screen. Like there is no iteration, there is no illustration of Kawhi Leonard on any level that was ever better than the Diesel. Ever.
Say your age again, Chill.
My age, I'm 52.
Damn, I thought you was like 45. My bad, I got that all wrong.
Actually, that's good because that must mean I look good.
Still, I think y'all right. I think you know what? Because I just don't want to end up making it seem like I'm on that side of the argument. You know what I'm saying? I think when you say that there's no iteration of Kawhi,
zero.
That's better than any. Hold on. Let me finish.
Keep going on. Keep going on.
I think when you say that there's no iteration of Kawhi that's better than any iteration of Shaq, I just don't.
No, Pete Kawhi is better than 2011 Shaq.
Yeah, then Boston.
No, you don't got to go to 2011. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have to.
You can go to 05. You can go to
05. I was going to say
easily. Wait, Mars. You can go to 04.
Obviously, he was better than 05.
Kawhi's better than 04 Shaq.
Obviously.
Wait, give me one more.
Fat heavy Shaq.
No, you can't go to 03.
05 wasn't fat heavy Shaq though.
That Shaq was not in shape in 05.
Shaquille O'Neal was the MVP of the NBA in 2005.
I don't care. Kawhi was clearly better. Kawhi was clearly better, y'all. Come on. Kawhi was clearly better.
Shaquille O'Neal was the MVP of the NBA in 2005. I want y'all to know
Kawhi was
that.
clearly better.
Kobe Bryant was in the league. Tim Duncan was in the league. Kevin Garnett was in the league. Hey, no peak version of Kawhi wins the MVP.
That was the watered down league.
That was not a watered down league.
Would have won MVP then if we're doing that.
No, he wouldn't have. What season? What season?
I just said if you would stop talking, 17, 18, Kawhi Leonard would have won MVP. 16, 17. 18, 19, 19, 20. All those stretches of Kawhi win MVP over Shaq that year.
If you think that peak Kawhi is letting Steve Nash get an MVP, then you're drunk.
Shaq finished second, but he probably should have won MVP.
Hey, he gonna stop Nash, but Tim Duncan couldn't stop Nash, and Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant couldn't stop him.
We keep forgetting that day.
Says a lot about Steve Nash if you ask me.
I just wish.
I don't want to go on that.
I wish that conversation.
Yeah, we ain't got to talk about it.
I wish that conversation.
Got to be watered down. Steve Nash
turned into a hater. I turned into a hater for no reason.
But can we? I wish that the conversation could have stayed. You know what I'm saying, at a hoop level instead of just the yelling about MVP level.
No, let's stay right here.
I agree.
I think we can focus on what we're talking about. And we can talk, and we can get to what year is it, Morris, that we were talking about. What year is it? How far can I go? Can we take it to 04, Shaq?
04, I'm fine with. You get to 03. 03? Anything before 03 is a no.
No, okay. But wait, you need that. But
03 I have to think about. I'd probably say Shaq, but I'd have to think.
And where do we start?
Kobe was better than Shaq in
99.
Any year from 98 onwards, Shaq's better in my opinion.
So from 98
to 02, there's no question Shaq's better than any version of Kawhi. Anything before or after that?
95. What?
No,
what?
I lead the league in scoring, Shaq. Young Shaq.
Why do you do that? Why do you do that?
Whatever. I do whatever.
I never said Kawhi is better.
You don't even know what 95 Shaq looked like.
I argued he was better than Karl Malone with Chill. Like what? How long ago was this, Chill? 5 months ago?
I just said I think
like shush.
I just think we can have a conversation at that point.
I'm talking 30 and 11 Shaq. I'm damn near averaging 3 blocks. I'm here to tell you no version of Kawhi was better than him.
Mars, the reason why I'm having a problem.
95?
Yes, 95.
The reason why I'm having a problem.
I'm not arguing against that. I'm just saying I think I could have the conversation from 95 to 97.
The reason why I'm having a problem with the 05 Shaq, because that was the transformation of Shaq. Shaq had just left Los Angeles. He had gotten to Miami. He had gotten himself in much better shape. Not only did he get himself in much better shape, there was a different demand on him. There was a different demand on not just him, but that Miami Heat team. Now they became championship contenders. He had gotten himself in better shape. He was still smarter than what he used to be. He was smarter than what he used to be. His finishing around the rim was still elite. He had accepted his role as less than. I don't know if I want to use the word less than. He accepted his role as a secondary option. Let me rephrase that. He had accepted his role as a secondary option. Yet he still was awesome in that role. Still dominant around the rim. Still dominant as a defensive player.
Was he better in 05 than he was in 04?
I think he was better in 05 than he was in 04. Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Chill, was he? Because he obviously wasn't a better defensive player than Pete Kawhi. Do you think he was a better?
Are we sure that he wasn't a defensive?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm very sure.
Yes, that's where you lost me yesterday, Chill. That's where you lost me yesterday.
I'm very sure.
As good as
the
illustration of Kawhi Leonard in 20, I believe the year he won the defensive player of the year in 2015, 2016. Shaq, throughout from 1999 to 2003, he was an elite defender. He was an elite paint presence. He was an elite rim protector and a glass cleaner. This is a dude who, you know how I feel about rebounding. And Shaq was a glass cleaner. Plenty of times he stopped plays just off the strength of him being able to.
What did Kawhi not do in elite level at that point defensively?
We're talking about 17 Swiper?
Well, if he wanted,
what Kawhi are we using?
Well, I'm saying peak. So peak Kawhi probably is 17.
I
think there's three. I think there's the defensive, offensive, two-way peak Kawhi, which is 17.
Yeah.
I think there's the offensive starts rounding out peak 19, 20, 21. But I think his defense, he's still an elite defender, but his apex defensively and offensively probably was 17. Both of those things happening at once.
I agree with that.
So I'm saying, Chill. At that point in time, I'd make an argument. Kawhi was
Shaq that's a better defender than 17 Kawhi.
Yeah, I don't know how you would come to the consensus given that Kawhi at this time was an elite rim protector.
Sure.
He was an elite, again, wings like post defender. Mm-hmm. He was an elite off-ball defender that year. He was one of the best on-ball defenders we had in the sport, period, that season. There really wasn't anything he wasn't doing well, in part because, remember, Kawhi was still fully healthy at this point. And Kawhi had already kind of been growing into this indomitable defender. But then remember, Chill, what happened is that 15-16 year, if I remember it correctly, Mars, maybe 14-15, he went from like this, 19, 20, like 20 points a game. And then he made this jump, which I remember at the time saying, I don't know, I had no idea this offense was in his bag. And at the time, he became like a 47%. Well, Chill, I think if I did the numbers correctly, I think he shot 48% from mid-range that year on like 600 attempts. He was a lead around the rim, and he shot like 38% from three, which, remember at the time, like Kawhi Leonard wasn't shooting like a bunch of threes, but he was like dead eye from the three when it needed to be. Like across the board, Kawhi Leonard had really, truly, I can say that outside of he's not an upper tier playmaker, Chill.
Yeah,
I would say that Kawhi Leonard damn near had no flaws to his game. Like nothing he did was hurting his team.
I can get that. Sense. Now, what I'd like to counter with Shaq now in the 90. You just mentioned the defense in the 16, 17. In terms of the defense, that was his peak. I think that when Shaq got with Phil Jackson, which is the 99-2000 season, I felt like that was peak defensive Shaq. He had Shaq stepping out of the lane a little bit more. He had Shaq a lot more comfortable playing on the perimeter defensively. Don't get me wrong, Shaq was definitely a liability when it came to pick and roll, but he had understood it a little bit better than he did previous to that because he didn't see Stockton and Malone nearly as much. With that being said, the elite rim protection was incredible. His ability to stop plays, not just by blocking shots, but by rebounding the basketball, which would cause other teams to just one shot. That's a big deal when I think about big guys and I think about just ending plays. Shaq was just completely manning the paint when he had big guys on him, not just big guys on him, when he had other people on him, gang rebounding, he was shutting plays down. Not only was he shutting plays down, guys couldn't come into the rim. guys couldn't come to the rim, not only because Shaq was as physical as he was, but he was a smarter rim protector. He wasn't fouling nearly as much. He knew how to block shots, not just into the third row, but he also knew how to block shots to keep plays in bounds. And when he was doing all of that stuff, I mean, there's a reason why he finished second in Defensive Player of the Year that year in the 99-2000 season. I feel like that was the apex of Shaquille O'Neal. That's why I don't think that there was any illustration of Kawhi Leonard at any point that was better than Shaquille.
We all agree with that, right? Kawhi's not better.
I'm trying to figure out what version of Shaq is.
I'm talking about 05 Shaq. I think that's when we can start 04, 05. I think we can start saying Kawhi might be better than that Shaq. 95, 96, 97. You might be able to say Kawhi's better than that. 98 to 02, there's no argument. That's my assertion. And I'm not even saying Kawhi's better than 95 Shaq.
No, we brought up 05.
I think the conversation becomes
the conversation was 05.
Yeah, but 05, like, I got Kawhi. I don't know. I got Kawhi. I think Kawhi's better than 05 Shaq. I think he's better than 04 Shaq. But I don't think he's close to peak Shaq. I just think peak Shaq is closer
arguably
to
one of the
Chamberlain, Jabbar.
He's in the GOAT conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, I think peak Shaq is like, he might be, 2000 Shaq, I could argue, is the best single season peak ever. Like, Kawhi's not getting close to that. So
on any level, there was I don't and as good as Kawhi Leonard was, and I don't want to sound like I'm slandering Kawhi Leonard, because in 19, Kawhi Leonard with that playoff run, and Kawhi Leonard just has, and I see it, Ox. I'll be lying to you if I didn't. Kawhi Leonard has a beautiful game. He doesn't have a good, he's got a beautiful game, especially in that mid-range. Like, he doesn't do a lot of stuff. He gets right to it, throw the ball between his legs, stick that 17-footer, 2 dribbles to the right. Like, a lot of guys can't go to their strong hand and pull up with their strong hand. A lot of guys are more comfortable going with their weak hand because that's what they're taught. Kawhi Leonard would go to his strong hand and raise up over you. This is the more athletic Kawhi Leonard. But Shaq, around the rim, not just around the rim, but in transition, the big guy that he was, catching lobs, he was incredible, man.
So around the rim, he was in the lead around the rim player. Can I argue that Kawhi Leonard had the 5th highest?
Dismissive of you.
No, I mean, he was. So I'm saying, like, we agree with that. I mean,
it was kind of. I just want to make sure I wasn't.
No, it was. Yeah, his tone was very.
There's no greater force around the rim than him ever. But
Chamberlain.
No, Shaq. Kawhi Leonard, he shot.
They changed the rules for Chamberlain.
He shot 40%. You don't get to shoot in the 40s.
If Shaq played in the 60s,
they would have changed the rules.
You don't get to shoot. I'm sorry, you don't get to shoot 40%. I'm sorry, you don't get that.
The rules weren't in place yet, so they had to change.
If I make an argument that Kawhi Leonard had the 5th highest defensive peak behind since 2000, so that would be KG. No, 2000. KG,
2000.
Duncan, Ben Wallace, and then I think I said KG, Draymond Green.
I might be in the minority.
I feel like Rudy Gobert being a bit disrespected, but
yes, I be feeling like you be disrespecting AD too. Yeah, you love disrespecting defensive AD, bro.
You're putting AD in our convo?
I don't think AD was better than him, respectfully.
Of course you don't. Conversation?
No, I mean, you can put him in one. I'm not putting him there.
2020 Anthony Davis, not in the combo.
Well, I mean, if you're putting a 21 in there, it's obviously Rudy Gobert. So Rudy Gobert,
I'm arguing 18 AD, and I know this might sound ridiculous to you. I'm arguing 18 AD could be comparable to 04 KG defensive.
I'm only taking KG.
Dwight Howard.
I'm only taking KG and Ben Wallace.
Dwight Howard.
All right. But to your question on Swipe, I'm only taking KG and Ben Wallace.
You're not taking Tim Duncan.
No, we're talking about defensive peak. I've seen Kawhi do things, man. And I just can't. I can't take. I don't want to take any of them over Kawhi, honestly. But
does Dwight have a case? Just throwing a name.
I think Dwight has a case. I think there's a few
people. From 2000, probably 2009 to like 2012. Dwight Howard was, and we talk about.
You think LeBron's a better defender than Kawhi?
He what?
One more time.
You think LeBron's a better defender than Kawhi?
No, he doesn't.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
What?
Why did you not? When Swipe
at what?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think about it yet.
Wait. Let's just get to the bottom. At his best,
at his best, yes.
When was LeBron ever in Kawhi talk as a defender?
Wait, Swiper, just hold on, Swiper, real quick. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, Swiper. I got you, bro. I got you.
Chill, you picked the right years. I might be with you.
No, what? Hold on. Let me put these two together.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at PrizePicks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With PrizePicks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections and every single stat line imaginable to make your PrizePicks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with PrizePicks. So what are you waiting for? Download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. PrizePicks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
Hey, Mars, you stay up top. So you two up here. You two. Not your Mars. Chill. You and Real Talk. Y'all telling me that LeBron James has a case as a better defender than Kawhi Leonard.
I do think so. I think that the versatility is the separator for me. I think that
versatility.
Yeah, I think that. Yes, versatility.
My versatility. Chill is talking about the ability to have Shane Battier guard everybody for you. That's what he's talking about. That's the versatility he's talking about.
Don't forget, Kawhi Leonard did play with Tim Duncan. Don't leave that part out, Ox. Kawhi Leonard did play with Tim Duncan too. So let's not make it sound like
he didn't duck no fades and send Tim over there.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And let's be clear.
And LeBron,
Boris Diaw was out there too, though. Don't forget, get Boris Diaw.
It wasn't like James. It wasn't like James had. It wasn't like James had Shane Battier for 5 years.
No, he had an elite defensive team. Please don't do that, Joe. He had an elite defensive team.
And so did Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, but Kawhi was obviously better.
Because of Kawhi.
Not because of him.
They were
a good defensive team.
They were a good defensive team.
Because of Kawhi.
So y'all don't think that Miami Heat Bron is not even in the convo.
Not even in this conversation.
With Kawhi?
Why is he in the conversation? Explain why.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the conversation we're having right now is Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, elite.
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. I'm talking about cream of the crop, top tier defenders. LeBron James ain't even in that conversation.
Was LeBron not the best defender in the league during that time?
What?
Wait a minute.
When was LeBron James ever the best defender in the NBA? Give me one.
When he comes out to the DPO, what year was that?
I don't care about the DPO. I'm talking about
he came second in 09 and 2013.
Yes.
Yeah,
09 and 13. I
think he was better on defense in 2012, but
was he the second best defender that year? Was he the second best defender in the NBA that year?
2013.
09, I want to say probably not, but I don't know.
Dwight Howard was the best defensive player in the game.
2013, I think you can make the argument.
I think he was the best defensive player in the game.
Yeah, to act like he doesn't have any cases years where he's arguably the best defender in the league is crazy.
In 2013, why are we sitting here like there wasn't a conversation in 2016 when Kawhi Leonard won Defensive Player of the Year that Draymond Green was a better defender than him?
Draymond's also a better defender than LeBron. So
that's fine. That's fine.
That's like those are two of the two best defenders ever.
Chill. Arguments like that don't really hold weight. They hold weight when people listen to it on the surface and you think that really matters, but it's not the same thing. Like you can't say that because who was it? LeBron was with was it Marc Gasol?
Marc Gasol won in 13.
Okay, so because Marc Gasol and Kawhi were right here, or LeBron were right here, and Kawhi and Draymond were right here, doesn't put LeBron and Kawhi on the same level.
But
coming seconds is cool, but if you're coming second to someone who's worse than the other person who came first, doesn't really mean much.
Thank you.
Is what Ox is saying.
Which is fair, and I feel like that.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been second. Is the point?
And Kawhi wasn't second. Kawhi won it over.
Yeah, he did win it.
And if Kawhi would have been there in 13, he would have won that too.
No, I don't think so. I feel like I feel like James I feel like James during that iteration, that 09.
Wait a minute. Was LeBron ever a better on-ball defender than Kawhi Leonard at the Apex?
No, but that's not the only version of defense.
I'm going through it. Real talk. Hush. Chill. At their apex.
Don't tell me to hush. I'm gonna get that target boy on you.
Was LeBron James a better on-ball defender than Kawhi Leonard? At their peak?
No, I don't.
Not for it.
No.
Okay, so off-ball defense, not. So I
don't think this is a question.
It's
James
only chase down blocks. It's only chase down blocks.
I don't think. No, it's not just chase down blocks. No, it's not.
It's
only chase down is a bit disingenuous.
That's so disingenuous. So disingenuous.
I'm just telling y'all what. There was only chase down blocks. That's it.
Leonard off the.
It was not only chase down blocks. That is nasty.
That's the only thing he's better than Kawhi then.
Okay, so first of all, Leonard.
Y'all don't think? Y'all don't think that LeBron's a more versatile defender than Kawhi? Like that Miami Heat LeBron.
Versatility. I'm not versatile. I'm not a versatile defender because I have to guard the power forward because Shane Battier has to take my
Stop with the Shane Battier shit. I was in year 12. Stop it.
Hey, real talk.
No, wait. No, look.
He played with him for what, 2 seasons?
Real talk. Real talk. If I can't eat sugar, if I can't eat sugar because I'm a diabetic, so I gotta use guava syrup in my honey, that doesn't make me versatile. That means I can't fade sugar. That's what that means.
This dude is really trying to tell
Wait. At that point, Bron could fade a matchup, but it's just about utilizing your other defensive players. We're not gonna act like Danny Green wouldn't take some assignments. We're not gonna act like
LeBron the year before.
Like that now. Come on now. Come on now.
We're not gonna act like that. Real talk. We're not gonna act like Danny Green wasn't taking favors.
Yeah, Boris Diaw was spending a lot of time on Bron in them finals against the Spurs.
It looked like it worked in Miami.
That's because that was getting Kawhi off him.
I don't want to discredit who Kawhi Leonard was. I don't want to do that. But what I want to make clear is from 09, from the 08-09 season to the 12-13 season, it was 5 seasons. I mean, he was a top 3 defender in the game. That was going on. That was absolutely happening. What? I'll say it one more time, Moss. From 08, 09 to 12-13, that's a 5-year stretch. I think he was a top 3 defender in the game. I don't think it was 3 defenders in the game better than him during that 5-year stretch.
Tyson Chandler league at this point.
No.
Tyson Chandler. I'm the DPOY Tyson Chandler you're talking about?
And this is and by the way, in 2012, I thought James was better as a defender in 2012 than he was in 20thing.
I agree.
The year Tyson Chandler won Defensive Player of the Year. I thought James was better.
Tyson Chandler.
Dwight Howard is still in the league, by the way, mind
you. Dwight Howard. That's who he's losing.
Luau Deng was a better defender than Bron.
All right, I'm out.
Stop.
All right, Kevin, hey, chill. By this point, Kevin,
whatever.
Oh, he left. Oh,
you can't tell. You can never tell Chill the truth about Bron. I'm telling you.
I like Roy Hibbert's defense. I like Paul George's defense too.
Paul George was a better defender.
Didn't you say that Paul George is one of the best wing defenders ever?
Good mention.
Yes, I think Indiana Paul George is one of the best wing defenders ever.
Better than Bron?
Why y'all want to do this to Bron?
Real talk?
Tony Allen?
I mean, I think there's definitely some people that's like better on ball. I think PG at that point definitely was like, but I think like LeBron's peak defensively is one of the greatest like off-ball defenders we've ever seen in the league. So
roamer. He was a great roamer. He was a great roamer.
Yeah, he's one of them. And even during that time, he was holding up at matchups too.
Like I don't think he was terrible on the ball.
Yeah, he wasn't terrible on the ball either. So
I mean, until he saw Steph Curry.
Everybody.
Same Battier was doing everything for Bron.
I'm not with that either. I do think LeBron was obviously an elite defender.
Houston, Shane Battier, you know better than LeBron on defense.
Trevor Ariza, Lakers. Real talk.
Trevor Ariza and Shane Battier are superior defenders than LeBron James. It's not even. I
don't think Shane Battier and Trevor Ariza are in the same.
Kobe Bryant. Real talk.
Shane
on ball, yeah. On the ball, sure.
On the ball a decade earlier.
Wait. When do you talk about? Yeah, what time?
Let's do it.
Shane Battier might have been.
And where's my boy Big Guy? Got to go outside
in this generation.
No doubt.
In this era, Shane Battier might have been exposed as a
Oh,
fraud.
Ron Artest too. Why we sleeping on Ron Artest?
I was going to ask you about Ron Artest.
Ron Artest in the league too.
Not at that time. Not at that time.
All that putting the hand in somebody's face when they shoot the ball. I might give a shit about that, Shane. That might not work in this era.
Tony Allen?
Shane might have been a weak ass defender in this era. I'm gonna be honest with you.
LeBron better defender than Tony Allen?
Yes.
No, Shane Larkin? You talking about Shane Larkin?
I'm gonna ignore that, Jordan.
Jordan, who are
ignore that, Mars? You know why? Because if I said that, you would jump on me like I owed you some money.
Now you ain't
ignore that.
Let's get into it. I'm just saying.
It's because I hate you more than I hate Jordan.
3 years younger than
Man, all I'm saying is I'm a Rockets fan. I seen Shane Battier get some stops and all of that shit.
Hey, hold on, real talk.
No,
man, you sleeping? Oh, man, they sleeping on my dog, man. Shout out to my dog. Charlotte Bobcat. Shout out to my dog on the Nets, man. Gerald Wallace.
Gerald Wallace.
Stop.
Hold
on, though, because real talk, you was in Houston with Shane Battier. Like, he supposed to be our savior. Then every time somebody got to come to town, he can't stop the motherfuckers.
I was totally in the league at that time. I was not Cleveland Rockets. I was there, but I'm saying Kobe was in the league. I was straight.
Giving his ass 30.
I feel like Shane Battier being disrespected, man. That Memphis to Houston
Shane Battier couldn't stop Deron Williams. He could not stop Deron Williams. He couldn't stop nobody that we needed to stop.
Shane Battier was an elite
until it came down to stopping somebody that we need to stop.
Until it came time for him to stop Deron Williams. That's where you giving it. That's
what Kawhi shut his water off.
You sound like Penn mad at Chris Bosh because of Mikey Moore.
No, I'm not mad at So what Kawhi Leonard shut Deron Williams water off?
He'd do better than LeBron James.
What? No, he'd do way better job than Shane Battier.
I think Kawhi's a better defender than Shane Battier.
No, he's a way better defender.
I still think Shane Battier is elite. I still think Shane Battier is elite.
I'm saying his ass might have been a fraud in this area.
Shane.
No, it goes Kawhi, Shane, LeBron right with him.
With Shane?
Yeah.
Okay, but just keep out of Kawhi Leonard talk. That's all I'm saying.
That's cool, but I'm just saying that drop off from Shane Battier and Kawhi is a huge.
All right, chill. Stand in your business. Stand in your business. Scottie Pippen or LeBron?
I'm saying Shane Battier might have been exposed as a shit defender this era. He might have been an okay.
So LeBron is the second best wing defender ever.
Scottie Pippen is a top 5 defender all time in my estimation.
All time.
Yeah,
Hakeem, Bill Russell, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Scottie Pippen.
Take Kevin Garnett.
Take him out.
Take Kevin Garnett out and pull and put Tim Duncan in there. I'm sorry. Take Kevin Garnett out and put Bill Russell in there.
Bill Russell was in there.
He's got Dennis Rodman. His top 5 is Scottie Pippen. This is not in order. Scottie Pippen, Bill Russell, Hakeem, Dennis Rodman, and Tim Duncan.
Well, how good was Jordan then if he had 2 of the 5 best defenders ever?
That's what he needed to know.
Well, Bulls Rodman isn't one of the 5 best defenders ever.
No.
Pistons Rodman is.
Even though he still was making first team all defense.
Man, listen, how Michael Jordan not in that conversation?
That's not what Sean Kemp said.
Top 5 defender ever?
Michael Jordan, top 5 defender ever?
Hell no.
Why the hell not?
Chill, why you making that
Hell no.
Why the hell not?
And see, this is my problem. See, all you Zesty Jeffries, his old boy called him in the chat. Ain't gonna be saying nothing in the chat. But when we was praising LeBron, it was, oh my God, look at Phil. Talk. Oh my goodness, y'all tripping. But y'all ain't gonna say nothing about that shit.
Why can't he be? Okay,
I didn't even hear him. I was stuck on Scottie.
Real talk. We thought Jordan was playing. We thought he was playing. Real talk.
I wasn't playing. I'm dead serious. Why can't he be that?
Wait, why can't he be what?
You hear the 5 names that we just said?
Why is he that, Jordan? Let's start there. Why is Jordan?
Do you think he's top 5?
Yeah. Why do you think Jordan is a? Let's have a conversation about it, Jordan. Why do you think?
Because MJ the same thing.
Same thing for me.
Hold on to it. Here we come.
So in your estimation, why is Jordan? Do you think Jordan's a top 5 defender all time?
If you got Kawhi in there, why I can't have Michael Jordan?
Well, I don't have Kawhi in there.
No. Do you have MJ as a top 5 defender? Do you think
Jordan's a top 5 defender all time?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna have to take out, even though I'm probably wrong for it, but I'm gonna take out Bill Russell because I just want to see
Bill Russell and add Kevin Garnett. The same thing happens. He's still not top 5.
No, man, Michael Jordan. Fuck that.
Or you take Bill Russell out and add Tim Duncan in there.
You're not gonna make the top 5.
All right, give me your list again. Give me your list again. What you said?
Olajuwon, Russell.
I agree with that
one.
I see. There go.
Tim Duncan.
How the fuck is Scotty on there? And Mike not on there when this man was winning 2. This
they
man
better than Michael Jordan. That's why.
He can't win no award. Why he can't win no award? Why?
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, Jordan. So
let's bring
Jordan won in the 80s too.
Jordan won it when Scottie Pippen was a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that was his rookie season. He won it.
I guess.
So Jordan,
when did Scottie win it?
Okay, so
the competition was tougher.
Jordan, I'm about to explain this to you because
you probably should have won one, but
because you're talking about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is going up. Kawhi Leonard for Defensive Player of the Year. He's going up against Draymond Green. He's going up against
another bad defender than Michael Jordan, by the way.
Hassan Whiteside. He's going up against Rudy Gobert. These are the guys he's going up against for Defensive Player of the Year. Scottie Pippen is coming in third place to Olajuwon and David Robinson. He's coming in second place.
Bad defenders than Michael
Jordan. DeAndre Jordan.
He's coming in second. He's coming in second place to Olajuwon and David Robinson and Dennis Rodman. These are the guys who are winning it over him. In 1996, Gary Payton won Defensive Player of the Year, which I thought Scottie Pippen should have been Defensive Player of the Year that year. I'm on record saying that. I thought Scottie Pippen should have been the Defensive Player of the Year that year. That Gary Payton, who by the way, Jordan, I don't know what you think, but the majority of people think Gary Payton is the best on-ball guard defender in NBA history. That's who he's going. That's who he's coming in second to.
Man,
by the way.
all of this goddamn, what you call that? Nostalgia bullshit. Man, I don't want to hear that crap.
You're talking about Michael Jordan.
You're talking about Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Yes. This is exactly what I'm saying. Like Chill said, he finished in second and third to these guys that one of the guys y'all got on the list. Dream. One of the guys you got on the list. You got so he up there. So why can't he be up there?
Why can't
I just don't get the logic behind why can't Michael Jordan be one? Like
the logic, Jordan, is that these guys are better defenders than him.
I agree. That's the logic. Yeah, these guys are better.
There is no more logic than that. I know how much you hate Scottie Pippen, but
I don't hate Scottie Pippen. I don't hate Scottie Pippen.
You made it quite clear. It's Friday today, huh? You know what?
Yes,
Jordan,
Friday.
You made it quite clear the last time we talked about Scottie that you have an intense hatred for him, and I don't know why.
No, I did not. I just said
my thing is that
it's clear. 21 he did.
It's clear, Chill, that they couldn't give Scottie too much praise and too many accolades because the Zesty Jeffries would have been upset. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever. The GOAT throw James would have been upset too.
You can't praise Scottie because the Jordan fans do not want to hear Scottie Pippen praise. That's all right.
I don't think that. I don't have to downplay Scottie Pippen to big up Michael Jordan.
Wait, Jordan, I want to make sure we're clear. I wasn't calling you a Zesty Jeffrey. I just thought that was
but you think Michael Jordan's a better defender than Scottie Pippen?
I've been saying that, but it's it is what it is.
It's not possible that you think.
I've been saying that for years, but sometimes when somebody's so great, it's like when you win everything, you just find some shit to give to somebody. Like, yeah, bro, you got these. It's like I'm fly as hell, but yeah, bro, you got some. Your shoe game better than mine, but I'm fly to you. But your shoe game better than mine. That's what they doing with Scottie. They said, hey, bro, I know you sensitive about this shit, bro. So you're a better defender than Mike.
But Jordan, they were saying this was commonly known that he was a better defender than Michael Jordan before all of this, all of the Last Dance, all the interviews before people was making fun of him because of Larsa, which has nothing to do with basketball.
I don't give a shit about that.
It was commonly known that he was a better defender than Michael Jordan before Scottie Pippen ever came out and asked to be respected for the things he did in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, everybody knew. We all knew Scottie was the better defender. I never even had this conversation before. You know what I'm saying? Until recently.
You're probably right. I'm just saying this is how it comes off. Mike is great, but we got to big up Scottie because he gonna cry about it. So
no, we got to big him up because he was really that good.
On the screen?
You know who put that on the screen. You know who put that on the screen.
Too much, man.
You know who put that on the screen, right? You know who put that on the screen.
But I'm not saying he wasn't good. I think Scottie Pippen was a good player. I actually like Scottie Pippen. I like his. I like the archetype of his player. Like that's like you closer to most people are closer to being Scottie Pippen than they will ever be to Michael Jordan. But what I'm saying You are. You closer to being a.
You're not just close to being the greatest wing defender ever. They're like, I don't.
You nowhere near close to being the greatest player ever.
You're saying, okay, if you're saying closer
to Bill Russell, yeah, they're not close to being Bill Russell. Right?
You crazy as hell, Bill Russell. Man, please. But all I'm saying is,
hey man, I seen Wilt look like that. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't get. Y'all need to stop this shit. If we keeping it basketball, and y'all eyes see what the hell my eyes see about Bill Russell, you motherfuckers lying.
Bill Russell was an elite defender.
You are lying.
What's wrong? What lying about which part about Bill Russell?
Yeah, I see the GOAT. If you don't see the GOAT, that's on you. I don't know what to tell you. I see the GOAT.
Well, lying about which
Jordan,
part?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
He was a defensive player. Yeah,
that's it though.
The greatest.
So he ain't in no top 5 great combos. Nothing besides defense.
Defense. Yeah, he was elite defender.
I think the greatest offensive player ever can be in top 5 Wu-Tang Converse. I think the greatest defensive player of Wu-Tang can be in top 5 Wu-Tang.
Why can't you be?
No.
Why can't you be?
If you got a list of top 10,
so you have Jokic in top 5 combos.
I think they can list peak for peak. Yeah, I think you can make the argument.
Listen, Mars. This is what I'm saying, Mars. I think you can. Mars, listen to what I'm saying. If you have a top 5, I'm gonna start 5. If you have a top 5.
He's also
you say Bill Russell is on your top 5, you are lying.
Why?
He's on my top 1.
He lied.
Why?
He's on my top 1. I ain't lying.
It's no way you looking at Bill Russell game and comparing that to.
He won 11 championships.
Somebody dropped the flex bomb. He lied.
He lied.
He the greatest
Bill Russell.
Well, hey, chill. Does it not matter that the greatest winner ever played in the sport?
Clearly, it doesn't because the aesthetics aren't exactly.
What skill set on offense do Bill Russell have?
Offensive rebounding, finishing. He was a good finisher.
He could knock down an elbow jump shot.
He was a good finisher.
He can run DHOs.
He was great. He can run DHOs. He could knock down an elbow jump shot. He was great in transition.
Dribble.
He was great in transition.
Boy, we know we too making up.
I ain't say he's true. I'm just saying
he was better than Wilt when they played, and then it doesn't matter. But Wilt
wasn't better than Wilt.
Was he better than team one?
So wait,
basketball Wilt Chamberlain swiper.
Just to be clear.
Answer the question.
I am. Just to be clear.
Okay, go ahead.
So the 1969, we just talked about this, Jill. We literally just had a discussion about this. 1969, when Wilt Chamberlain had who on the team with him? Elgin Baylor, and Jerry West.
10 games into the season. Stop.
All right. And Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain. What happened in that finals? What happened in that finals?
They lost.
Who to who?
To the Lakers.
Celtics.
I mean to the Celtics. I'm sorry. To the
Celtics. Wow. Do you remember what Bill Russell did in that series? We had this conversation. We had to do this dumb. This is back when we had to do these era conversations between like Hakeem and Bill Russell. Blah blah blah. What?
Swiper, I know the type of guy you are, and you are in Atlanta, and I know how you feel about this whole conversation with Bill Russell.
What does that
basketball mean? But let's keep
you talking about like the off the court stuff?
Yes, let's keep it.
Yeah, basketball. I mean that matters. Oh, that's always gonna matter. Of course, it's always
all right.
Bill
Okay,
Russell.
Cool. You know, but you know that's Bill Russell is like Muhammad Ali. He and them talks. You know what I mean? When people say the greatest.
That's GOAT talks. What are we talking about?
I want to talk about because when they talk about the greatest boxer, they always want to talk
Muhammad
about
Ali was overrated.
Yeah,
I did say that. He is.
Muhammad Ali is the GOAT boxer.
You said it too.
Is Muhammad Ali not considered the GOAT boxer?
Yes, because of stuff. Because of stuff outside of the ring. That's what I'm talking about. We do the same shit with Bill Russell.
He was a great boxer. What are you talking about?
Bro, I'm not even gonna get on that conversation with you. He's a good great boxer. But when you compare him to the greatest,
like who? Compared to who? Mike Tyson.
Who's the greatest that we compare him to, Jordan?
Mike Tyson not in there for me either, though. Mike Tyson.
So who are you talking about?
What you just brought up, Mike Tyson is definitely in that conversation.
Chill. We already had his resume was full of New York City cab drivers. We had that. We had to talk about
it. Wait, hold on, chill.
Who are the greatest?
Mike.
Who are the greatest? Who are the greatest that you have to compare Ali to where he's not the greatest, Jordan? Can I get in?
And Jordan, I didn't see cab drivers knock niggas out clean.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
can we get a name, please?
That's drunk. But listen,
can we get a name, please, Jordan?
Yes,
please.
Yes, but listen, I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna say this. Is is I could even go Floyd.
there is
I
no
can even
name.
go Floyd. No, I can't even go Floyd. He not better than Floyd. He not fucking with Floyd.
Man.
What are you talking about?
He not messing with Robinson.
Wait, are you talking about Mike or
Robinson?
Ali?
I was hoping that you was
Yeah,
going to Sugar Ray Robinson.
He not fucking with him.
Sugar Ray Leonard would have knocked Floyd Mayweather.
Wait, Jordan. Just to clarification, how do you? Jordan, you did this, by the way. So don't blame me.
I've been saying this for a long time.
Wait, hold on. So if we're counting boxing, just straight up boxing,
I would be talking
the
about
fact that you didn't. I know. I'm going. Hold on, Jordan. Hold on. The fact that are you not count? I don't give a dang what you just said. By the way, I didn't even hear it. Are you just not going to Sugar Ray because it was too early? Like, are you not starting there because it was too early? You don't count those fights.
I count.
He fought 200. He had 200 fights.
What are you talking about? Who you
So I'm saying, what are you measuring as the best boxer ever?
Swiper. I counted Sugar Ray. What are you talking about?
Which Sugar Ray though? Which Sugar Ray?
The original Sugar Ray.
The one that was whooping Floyd Mayweather dad ass and his uncle ass. The one that was whooping his ass.
No, that's Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh, so you talking about Sugar Ray Leonard?
That's Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard.
We talking about Sugar Ray Robinson.
We talking about Sugar Ray Robinson, the real GOAT.
Just say
both. Like Mars said, both.
Leonard is better than Muhammad Ali.
Bro, that's crazy. Bro. That's just crazy. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Bro.
It's insane.
Wait. Roberto Duran. By the way, no mas. By the way, hold on quick. So wait, Mike Tyson. Are you? Hold on. Do you not think Mike Tyson at his apex was the best and most dominant boxer we've ever seen?
Compare his resume.
20 years old.
Guys, you talking about?
No. I said fighting.
Stop saying compare his resume, Jordan, because you just told us about Bill Russell. If you using your eyes, ain't no way that you think that this dude.
I used my eyes and saw Evander Holyfield beat the piss out of Mike Tyson twice. I used my eyes and saw him beat the piss out of him. You used my eyes and see Lennox Lewis beat the piss out of him.
How old was Mike?
I saw that.
Chill. Mike was 20 years old.
No way you
he was 20, and he literally was the most dominant and most feared boxer to ever win.
You're lying. You're using your generation, Swiper, because we're not going to forget George Foreman. Please don't do that.
Yeah, and we're not going to forget Lennox Lewis.
What is Muhammad Ali's the best ever?
Bro,
that's the point. Ali studies
and all that. Like George Foreman is way up there when it comes to being feared and knocking niggas out.
Chill. You said you.
So was Smoking Joe Frazier. Ali sat his ass down too.
And watch Lennox Lewis beat the piss out of Mike Tyson. I used my eyes. I used my eyes, and I saw Buster Douglas beat his ass too. I used my eyes, and I saw Evander Holyfield beat his ass. How many times?
Let's see what year that was. Hold on.
He was washed. At that point,
oh my God!
Hold on, what year was this? Let me make sure I know.
It was in 2000.
Ron, these dudes up here talking about Ali is overrated.
In 2002.
Wait, hold on, Swiper, real quick. Ron, he not talking boxing though. It's like when y'all. It's like hold on, Jordan, relax, bro, relax. Y'all, because it's the same thing how y'all just did with the basketball thing. It's not. He's not even talking about what's going on in the ring. He talking about this guy fought this guy. He been him. But hold on though. What technical part of boxing is it that makes these people better than Muhammad Ali?
I will tell you. Okay. Let's do that.
I need to talk about that.
Let's do that. 1988. If you are watching Mike Tyson with your eyes, you see impeccable footwork. You see a jab.
He said Muhammad Ali. He said Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad was a genius. Literally a genius.
He was a genius at what?
He was a defensive ace. He was a defensive ace. He had a and that's
let him answer the question.
If you don't think Muhammad Ali in his peak is one of the greatest defensive boxers ever, you're about to yap. You're about to yap.
Why did he get hit so much?
You're about to yap.
Why did he get hit so much?
He did that. That was one fight. That was one fight. He decided to do that. You're about to yap. Jordan, you're about to yap.
No, I'm not about to yap.
Let him yap. Go back. It's Friday. Let him get his oil. Let him answer the question.
Okay, go back and look at the tape. Go back and look at the tape. See how many people see how many people Muhammad Ali just knocked out because he put together a masterpiece. Or did they just quit because it's round fucking 15? And he been chasing them all round long.
Oh my God.
You ever think, Judge?
Oh my God! I thought we was gonna talk more.
Jordan, you ever think that was the plan against Muhammad Ali to stay away from him for most of the fight? You ever
right,
think
bro.
that might have been
run or get your ass beat?
No,
run or get your ass beat.
No. First of all, they wasn't running. I'm saying that was Muhammad Ali's strat. He wore you down to round 15, and then eventually they just.
Okay, so the Floyd not the GOAT. Floyd not the conversation too, Jordan. Floyd not the conversation too. Don't talk about Floyd Mayweather no more then.
Crazy as hell. You think Floyd wasn't?
That's
Floyd
true. That's true. That's true.
Wait, hold on. Real talk. That's how I know he doesn't know what he's talking about. After 2001, name me a time Floyd Mayweather knocked somebody out legit. I'm not talking about the nonsense, dapping up gloves.
I'm not trying to knock Floyd.
I'm talking about when he knocked somebody out for the rest of his career.
When did he do?
When he broke his hand. That's when he stopped knocking people out. When he broke his hand.
No. When did he fight?
Man, that's
what's his boy name?
You scared to punch somebody because you done broke your hand?
So he became the greatest defensive
boxer. When was the Gotti fight?
Bro, that was like 2003, bro.
When he beat the shit out of Arturo Gotti.
He beat the brakes off
Arturo Gotti.
He beat the
brakes off of Ricky Hatton.
He beat the
hold on. Floyd Mayweather has a conversation for the best boxer ever. By the way, Jordan, he is the best.
100%
He's the best defensive boxer I've ever seen in my life. Ever seen in my life. My entire life. Defensive boxer ever.
Too.
Not even a question.
He beat the piss out of Rick. He beat the brakes out of Oscar De La Hoya too.
Everybody. Mark had everybody. Yes.
Oscar De La Hoya too. Hold on.
Everybody. He was. There was nobody beating him.
He fought. He dominated everybody.
I agree with you.
Induct Manny till he got old.
No, Manny
Manny
was on drugs.
You know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
He was
all of a sudden, you just think this is normal that a 5'5" nigga is stepping up weight classes, knocking everybody out. Okay, that's
we gotta get back to hoop talk.
Hold on, Ron. One more.
Jordan, we gotta get back to hoop talk.
One more, please, Ron. Please, one more. Bro,
Jordan, the reason why I'm saying we got to get back to hoop talk is because I got some honored guests that are trying to come up here.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.